All right, we've been following the situation at Wits University. Violence again erupted at the university in Johannesburg this afternoon. And we can now confirm that journalists have been asked to leave the campus. Let's see if we can get our reporter who has been on the scene and has been asked to leave Wits University, Mbalenhle Mthethwa. Mbali, tell us what is happening right now. What have you seen?
Certainly, Francis. What you are seeing right before your eyes right now are the police that came in just moments before, just moments after the students started regrouping in front of the Great Hall here at Wits University. Moments after they arrived, we saw campus security approaching all media personnel here on campus, asking them and requesting them to leave. And they said that media was not allowed inside the university. And this was a decision that was made and an instruction that was issued by Wits management. We then saw the security personnel then manhandling one of the journalists as they were forcing him out, and they were escorting us out when they manhandled Mbalenhle Jones, who is one of the journalists here on the ground, really. And the reason we're still here is because he then presented them with communication that suggests that journalists are allowed on campus, but it seems as though security personnel have indeed received information or instruction not to allow the media inside. And it seems as though this decision has been motivated by a belief and assertion that journalists are the ones that are fueling protests inside the university. I mean, the journalists were not really fueling the protests at all, because students were waiting for a report back from the SRC representatives when they started singing just after 4 p.m. This afternoon. We then saw them moving from the amphitheater in front of a swimming pool just a few meters away from where we are, chanting slogans and moving up to right in front of this building that you see here. And this is where they chanted songs until they saw the 3 police vehicles coming together, coming closer and approaching the students. Then they were singing and trying to, hold, to stay strong, really. And the journalists were then escorted, handled, and requested to leave the premises. The instruction is that journalists are not allowed on the premises, and the reason we're actually even running on a cell phone is because a camera person could not go out and get batteries. We understand that, once they were outside, they were not allowed inside, and we had to then get the camera and the live facility out. And the only thing we can use to bring content as to what is happening, or an update as to what is happening here on campus, is through cell phone footage. I'm going to go and come closer just to show you what is happening, but we have been asked to stay away from the students and to stay where we are behind the police nyalas. Students are for media to be escorted out and removed from the institution. They are worried that something might happen to them. In earlier interviews, some students asked what the police do to them, and if they want to shoot them down, or if they want to, use water cannons, if they want to use force and violence. I mean, as you can see, there are some private security personnel guarding the Wits Great Hall here, and there are 3 police signalas here, with 2 from JMPD and 1 SAPS vehicle really stationed over here.
Mbalenhle, I just want to confirm something that you said earlier, that this order to remove the media came from Wits executives or Wits management. That would be extraordinary. Journalists should be there, should be seeing exactly what is happening, how students are behaving, how law enforcement is behaving. So according to what you were told, it's Wits, it's not the police or the JMPD or anybody else asking you to leave. It's Wits, the institution itself.
it is Wits management that has issued that instruction, and this is what the campus security personnel said when they were speaking to us and they were escorting us out, saying that they received an instruction from campus management and management in the institution. But it's unclear because, I mean, one of our media colleagues has an email in his possession that speaks to the fact that journalists are allowed inside. So it's just unclear, because even when you go to the gate, when our camera person went out, he was not allowed back inside because they were issued an instruction not to allow media. And you will remember that we started reporting on the story as early as on Wednesday, and we were told even then that the media was not allowed on the premises. We have not been allowed on Wednesday. We have not been allowed inside on Wednesday, not been allowed inside on Thursday. And yet again today, and the only reason there is media present inside the university today is because they were able to come in with the students who forced their way in during protest action earlier today. But we did understand that, based on unconfirmed reports, that the instruction was that the media that is already inside must be left inside to continue with their work, but those who are outside should stay outside. But there's also an issue here with regards to the media that's been allowed inside and the media that's not allowed inside, because it seems as though there's selective reporting. Other media houses are still outside. I mean, I can name a number of radio stations that are still outside. My radio colleague was also prevented from entering the premises. So it's really difficult to report and to get journalists on the premises to come and report. Journalists are stuck outside from different media houses, from different radio stations, and even the ones that are inside are now being escorted out.
All right, thank you very much, Mbalenhle Mthethwa, who is at the Wits student protest. This is something we have been following. Protests flared up again, and we did see scuffles between security guards and students. Stones were thrown. It looks calm now, but of course, if journalists aren't allowed to gauge exactly what's going on, we can't keep track of that situation.